Hi and welcome to this Emaze tutorial for EdTech Guides. In this tutorial we're going to go over the presentation software Emaze. You may have seen some ads for this software, or maybe you've even experimented with it yourself a little bit, but they've been developing the system and there's a lot of new features that make it a really nice and seamless platform for creating presentations. So you can see here that this is the home page of Emaze. I've already created my account. If you needed to create your account, you can just refer to the narrative tutorial, step-by-step tutorial in the EdTech Guides and create your account that way. So here is the My section of the home page. You can see here where it says My. So this is my particular platform for my Emaze creations. And I'm doing all of this under the free account. There are additional features available in an upgraded account that we'll go over at the end of the tutorial. So first, we're going to just create a new Emaze and see how the system works. So it's very user-friendly. Just click New Emaze, and then you can choose what you want to create. So a while ago, not all of these options existed. You could do presentations, but that was pretty much the gist of the system, and now it's much more comprehensive. So in addition to presentations, which is what we'll work on today, you can also actually create your website, a blog, an e-card, or a photo album. So we want to create a presentation. Once we do this, the next step takes you to creating your template, choosing your template. No matter what categories you select, there's always the option to do a blank Emaze. And over here you can see if you change your mind and you want to do a website, a blog, an e-card, or a photo album, you can simply click and it will pull up those new templates for those different options. So we're going to go back to presentation. So we're going to look at the education templates. And in here you can actually do both things when you find a template that you like. You can edit directly, which will open up a new window, take you to the editing window, or you can preview. So if you're curious what it looks like beyond the title slide, you can preview the template design. So we can just scroll through these designs and pick one that we like. And we'll start with the template. So let's say that you're having the students do a lesson on microbiology. You might be interested in creating your own presentation using the medical science template. So we can preview it, and you can see down here prior to previewing, it says 3D here. Essentially a 3D means if you've ever seen a Prezi, it actually takes you through the presentation like you're traveling along the path of the presentation. So every time that you preview, it allows you to actually see what their prepackaged template looks like. And you just navigate with these arrow tabs on the sides of the PowerPoint presentation. So you can choose your background color slide. And you can see here that they kind of go in order. So when you go in there and edit, you'll be able to see that you can make as many of these image slides as you want. They're just showing you what the template slides are available within this particular presentation. So let's say that this is a presentation that we are interested in working with. All you have to do is select the edit button up here at the top, and it opens up that new browser window. So here is the title slide for medical science, and as you can see on this title slide, even though you start with a template, it's very flexible. So let's say that you needed to change the title. You could easily change the title. And here it gives you heading features right away based on what you click on. So rather than the initial title, we're going to change it to microbiology unit, and then if you wanted to swap out the microscopes, you just simply double click the image, and there are a variety of ways that you can search for images. And you can see here that they're constantly developing the platform, so coming soon you'll be able to either search Google or Flickr directly. So you could just search for an image, choose what you're searching by, and it will pull it up. You can also change these. So these are considered shapes, not images. But you can easily swap out with a different shape and do any kind of customization that you might want to do with the shapes. And there are several dozen shapes to be able to choose from here. So that's the basics of editing a particular slide. Let's say that you wanted to add a new slide. So you would just go over here to add, and then you can choose which slide you want to work with. So there's all the different slides that were in the PowerPoint presentation to be able to choose from. So let's say we want to add a background image slide next. Say maybe we have a subsection within microbiology that we want to focus on here. So just like in the initial slide, you can change whatever you want. This is a background image, so you would basically need to find either a large image or a vector-based graphic to be able to have it be in focus, but at a bigger size than what would be typically seen in a traditional slide image. But you can just double click and replace the image just like we did on the first particular slide. And then let's say you're done editing this slide, you can actually add another section. So the sections break up the presentation based on maybe your learning objectives or different types of bacteria, positive and negative gram-bacteria, whatever you want to break it up as. So we'll just say that this section is for positive gram-bacteria. And then we can add a new slide. So the other slides in here are very similar in that you can replace the images, you can replace the text very simply. So there's a couple interesting unique slides I want to show you that make it very easy to add all different kinds of media to your presentation. So one is a YouTube background video. So this is actually a YouTube video playing in the background of this presentation. So you can change the video link to this presentation as much as you want to. So let's say we were looking at the impact of antibacterial soap on the bacteria. And then we can just go in here and customize the YouTube. So you can put in a YouTube here. You can see all the other different widgets that you're able to enable in here. And if you don't have it on YouTube, you can actually browse and select a video file from your computer. So then the last little advanced feature that I want to show you is the ability to add actual widgets to the presentation. So up here in the top menu, you can see where it says widget. If you simply click that, you're able to add these three options: charts, carousels, and socials. So if we click social, you can choose a particular widget to put in there. So you can actually embed a feed, a YouTube feed, into the presentation. So just to take this a step further, let's say that your students had to go around the school and choose areas where they thought bacteria would be rampant, right? Pretty traditional assignment. They can actually be given a camera and take that and give you, right? You might have an Instagram feed for your class. The pictures that the students take can actually be put into an Instagram feed, and you can have it directly in your presentation. That way you're bringing in the work that the students are doing into the presentation they're learning about. I can even see something like that where students do that before they even begin learning about the microbiology unit, and then it instantly connects the work that they did with what's being learned in the class. Okay, so if we had a Instagram feed with that on it, then that would show up here. And there's definitely a way to do that without messing up too much the background. You can just choose to add this blank slide, and then you can fill this however you want to fill it. So that is the basics of creating a presentation in Emaze. After that, you can click Save, and you can name your Emaze. So we'll name it Microbiology. Save. And one thing to note is that Emaze does not automatically save, so when it is saved, it will have the little check mark up here. So you just want to do that periodically to make sure you're not losing your work. So there's a couple different options. You can view your finished product, And for 3D presentations, this is particularly important because it allows you to see how the presentation is going along its path. So here's that YouTube video we picked. And you can see here that this is what it would look like. So you can have maybe a video from a lab or a video that you've taken that magnifies antibacterial soap and the bacteria connection. So that's what the presentation looks like. When you're done previewing it, if you just click the pencil up there, you go back to your editing screen. So you can also download it. So it can download a viewer, an Emaze viewer, so you can actually have it as a desktop app, HTML, a PDF, or an MP4. So those are the different ways that you're able to download this. And for anyone who's been to a conference, you know that internet can be sketchy. So if you wanted to use an Emaze in a conference and didn't want to rely on the cloud and the Wi-Fi connection, those are your options for downloading. And then finally, you're able to share the Emaze via a variety of platforms. So there's the WordPress plugin, there's an embed link, or there's an embed iframe, a link, or you can email it directly to somebody, or you can just share it via any of your social media channels. So at this point, that wraps up how to create a presentation in Emaze. So we're just going to look at the subscription options to see what comes there that does not come with the free Emaze package. So we're going to click Collaborate, and it will pull this up. Now over here, we're at the premium right now, but since we're education, we click on the Edu tab, and you can see here what the different options are for Emaze. So you can do unlimited blogs, e-cards, and photo albums, 5 presentations, and 5 websites for the free version. Edu Pro, which is $4.50 a month, you get unlimited everything, and you also are able to control, view offline, and download to PDF. The Edu Team, which is the most comprehensive, in addition to those, you can export it to video, you can have your customized templates for your particular class. It gives you a CMS feature, so it allows you to do some classroom management online, and then finally you're also able to view it offline. So we are done creating our Emaze, and we saved it. So if we pop back over here to our My page, it should show up, and there it is. And you can get some basic analytics here. You can see how many views you have, but if you want advanced analytics, again, it comes with that subscription feature. So the final option in here is to Emazify your PowerPoint. I would really recommend thinking twice before doing this because PowerPoints don't always translate well, especially when they have a template already applied to them. It can mess up the formatting and the words and the imaging and the zooming. So if you have a blank PowerPoint, that would be preferable to using one that already has a applied template on it. So just real quick, the other tabs on the top, the Explore tab allows you to explore Emazes that other people have put together. The Shared would be if you shared your Emaze with somebody else via an email. And then the Home just takes you to basically the most recent updates that Emaze has. So you can see here that they've been working on their social hub websites. So they have some here that people have submitted for highlighting on the Emaze platform. But really, you're going to spend most of your time in the My area of Emaze. So I hope this tutorial was helpful to you and that you get in there and start exploring Emaze and all that it has to offer very soon.